What's up, everybody, and welcome to another video here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. I'm your host, Mike Walsh, and I thank you for joining me for something that I think is a little bit overdue. You see, as we head towards the MLB playoffs and with hockey, football, and basketball season right around the corner, I felt a PSA for fans that were thinking about going to a live game was very much needed. Because let's be honest, there's nothing quite like being at a live sporting event for anybody, including myself, who's a massive sports fan. You got the electricity, the crowd roaring to life, and also being silent when their team does bad, and of course, the overpriced food that for some reason you guys keep eating. But let's be real for a second. Say you're going to a live sporting event and you got that one bad fan that can ruin the experience for your entire section. It can get a little annoying. Because see, whether you're heading to your very first live sporting event or you're like me and you're a long-time season ticket holder, there's an unwritten code of stadium etiquette that you really should know and really should follow. So if the next time you go to a live sporting event and you want to have the time of your life without ending up as a viral meme online for all the wrong reasons, listen very carefully to the Game Time Voice. Because this, ladies and gentlemen, are the biggest do's and don'ts of attending a live sporting event. Now we're going to start on the positive side and something that I've had one end of the spectrum and the other end of the spectrum on, and sometimes people look at me a little bit funny, and sometimes I look at other people funny because they're not doing this. Do try to arrive as early as possible for the full game experience. You see, I've gone to sporting events with people and they arrive, 5-10 minutes before the scheduled start time of the game, and sometimes I look at them a little funny. So my biggest do, number one, is don't just aim to sit down right as the game starts. Try to arrive 45 minutes to 60 minutes because you miss out on a bunch of stuff. Because if you get to the game rather early, you get to watch warm-ups and player routines very much up close. You get to grab your concessions before the line stretches across the entire concourse, and you get to watch the starting lineups get introduced and the national anthem, and that sets the mood for the entire game. Now, the second one might seem like, a little bit of a Debbie Downer, but it's actually a very interesting point. If you are going to a live sporting event, get a little bit of a grip as to what the energy is like in the certain section that you are sitting in. See, if you're sitting in like a supporter section, whether you're going to a soccer or a football match across the pond, or if you're going to a college game and you're in the student section, stand up. Get some chants going, bring the noise, bring the atmosphere to the game. But if you're in one of those quieter lower bowl sections that are just there to watch the game and not make as much noise, keep it a little on the down low because you don't want to upset the people sitting next to you, and pick your spots in key moments like, third downs in football, 2-strike counts in baseball, crucial free throws in basketball, or a breakaway in a hockey game. Because contrary to what some people might think, and whoever says this, might need to look at themselves in the mirror because it might be one of the craziest things I've heard, noise actually impacts the game. So you want to be a part of the home field advantage? By all means, do it. But also be cognizant of the people around you. Now, the last one might seem a little bit simple, but this, I think, is one of the most important do's when you go to a live sporting event. Be aware of the trash that you acquire throughout the game and make sure you clean up your seat area before you leave. Now, why do I say this? Because I see the videos all the time of the people and the staff that are there after the sporting event ends. Their night's not done. They have to clean up after everybody. And I just see the popcorn, the pretzels, the soda that's spilled. And to be honest, it's kind of hard to watch. So before you walk out of the arena, whether you're on the high of a victory or you're on the low of the feet, take a look around and pick up some trash and help the staff because their job's not done when the clock hits 0. And if you want a perfect example of this, we just recently had the World Cup right over here in North America with the US, Canada, and Mexico. Look up the Japanese fans who clean up their sections all the time, whether it be at the World Cup or the Olympics, because to me, it's awesome every time. And more recently, especially at this World Cup, other fans have been helping them out, and it's just wonderful to see. All right, did you like it? Did you like the positives? Is that something you're going to apply? Good. Now, why don't you say let's get negative and some of the don'ts you really shouldn't do when you get to a live sporting event, shall we? Number one is probably the most important rule I'm going to say in this entire video. So, right now, it's you and me. If you take anything away from this video, let it be this. Don't move during active play. What I mean by that is that when the game is going on, when the action is happening, when teams are going back and forth, high energy, stay in your seat or stay up top. Now, you'll notice sometimes in the pro arenas and some college arenas, there are staff waiting in the tunnels. And if they do their job, like to the best of their ability, they won't let you back into your section while play is going on. Because in baseball, basketball, hockey, standing up mid-play blocks the sightline of everybody around you, and it can get a little annoying. So as a common courtesy, why don't you wait for a stoppage, a timeout, an inning break to make your move so that you don't ruin any important moments for anybody sitting in your section. Now, my second one is one that I think more so nowadays than ever before with social media and with everybody being close. Try not to be that fan who's constantly on the officials or other fans. Now, don't get me wrong. Banter is great. Cheering for your team, some ribbing with opposing fans that's lighthearted. That's awesome. That's part of sports culture. But there's a massive line between playful trash talk and that obnoxious, profane, or aggressive trash talk that ruins the experience for everyone, especially families and kids. And with how expensive tickets are for today's sporting events, just a reminder, nobody paid their money for a ticket to hear you scream obscenities at a referee or an opposing player for 3 straight hours. So 3 important steps. Keep it clever, keep it fun, and keep it classy, and you'll have everybody else doing the same. If you do anything that's not that, you might find your way heading out the exit. Now, this third don't applies to pretty much everybody, but it actually also applies to me as recently I've become a content creator. So, do me a favor, don't record the entire game on your phone. Besides the obvious, which is some people on YouTube or Instagram or any other online platform, copyright can get you in a big way when the pro leagues or the college leagues or anything else. If you're constantly recording the entire game, they will catch you with that footage. So if you want to snap a quick photo, record a huge moment like an overtime winner or a walk-off moment or a buzzer beater, that's fine. But holding up your phone for anywhere from 10 minutes to a couple hours for anything, that ruins the moment for you, ruins the view of the person behind you, and pulls you out of that live experience that you seeked. Otherwise, you probably should have just stayed in your living room and watched it on TV. So, I know I might sound like the old man, get off my lawn type, but be in the moment. So at the end of the day, going to a live game is all about enjoying the spectacle, sharing an incredible experience with thousands of fellow fans, and really creating a memory that you're going to remember for the rest of your life. And if you follow these rules, respect the people around you, you are guaranteed to have a great time without ruining it for everybody else. Now, I know some of you might be watching this and going, oh, for the love of all that is good and right with the world, he left off some of the most important pet peeve. I get it. Not everybody understands and not everybody's thinking the same way I'm thinking. So, what's the biggest pet peeve that you've ever experienced that might have left out in the video? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this guide for the ultimate fan experience, drop a like on the video, share it with your game day crew, and make sure you're subscribed to Game Time Voice for more exciting sports content. Well, that's going to do it. I want to thank you guys for joining me here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. I've been your host, Mike Walsh. Make sure to like the video, leave a comment down below, share the channel, subscribe. We're on the road to 100 subscribers by the end of 2026, and I'll see you at the next live sporting event. This is Game Time Voice, the voice of the common sports fan.